Good morning. Trying to speak a little bit quietly because Rory's still asleep upstairs, but it is 6:06. I've just made my hot water and lemon. I'm gonna go and do my morning ritual, my journaling, my face mask, my meditation, head out for a walk, and then I've actually got a yoga class at home online at 7:45. There's a yoga studio that I go to quite regularly, and they are doing an online class for free. One of their teachers is out in El Salvador, and apparently it's going to be on a lovely sunny rooftop. So I thought, what a lovely way to start a Monday. I can pretend that I'm in somewhere sunny and exotic. But before I do that, I'm just going to make my overnight oats. I say overnight, they're going to be soaking for like 2 hours. But I thought I would show you what I put in them. And looking at everything that I've just put out, there is rather a lot of ingredients. But anyway, let me show you what I do. I haven't had overnight oats for a while. I went through a phase, honestly, for like weeks and weeks I was having it. But recently I've been having eggs quite a lot in the morning, which I've really been enjoying. So no, what I do is, it's all to eye, but just like put, it kind of, I just sort of do it to the amount that I usually do. It's not loads, because there's lots more stuff that I put in as well. So I kind of use oats as like a base. I don't do the whole pot of oats, because what I also do, which is a relatively new addition, is I actually add in a Weetabix. And the reason why I'm using Weetabix today is there are 2 left in the pack, and we are moving house on Friday. So we're in a mission to try and use up as much as possible to be able to take as less as possible. Not that it really matters, because we've got removal men coming in on Friday, and they literally come in and they pack everything: clothes, toiletries, things in the cupboard, things in the fridge. So it does make life a lot easier. So I just crush up the Weetabix. I always use it in this pot, so I find it's the perfect size, and then I'll decant it into a bowl when I eat it. And then I need a teaspoon. I use a teaspoon of collagen. This is just the WellGuard collagen, which I've been using for years. I'll link it down below so that you can use it as well. And then I will go in with a heaped teaspoon of chia seeds. Like that. Maybe a little bit more for good measure. We know how good chia seeds are. Many reasons. So yeah, chia seeds. Then I go in with a heaped teaspoon of flax seeds. More and more I hear how, I've known this for ages, but how good seeds are. So any kind of seeds we can get, we put in. And then raisins. I know raisins are quite a controversial ingredient. People love them or hate them. Let me know, do you love raisins or do you hate them? Like, I love a cookie with a raisin in, and some people are like, oh my god, that ruins a cookie, but I love a raisin. I put them in my banana bread as well. And then finally some cinnamon. Good amount of cinnamon, because once again, cinnamon's really good for you. And then I'm going to put the chocolate protein powder in. Depends whether you want, if I'm adding banana, I usually do chocolate. If I'm doing berries, I usually add vanilla protein. So 1 scoop of chocolate protein powder, and then I just add water to mine. I don't add milk. I find that you don't need milk when it's protein powder, because it makes it so like thick and creamy anyway. And then yeah, always more water than you would think, so I just topped it up with water. As I say, this really does not look appetizing at the moment, but I think it's mainly because of the pot that I'm doing it in. So yeah, then just stir it all around. Make sure that there is enough water, because it does like soak more in once it's like soaking over the couple of hours that you're leaving it. Give it a good stir. Make sure that it stirs around the edges as well. And then I will just chop up some banana to go in. And honestly, it is so tasty. It always feels to me like I'm eating a dessert for breakfast. I think I said this before, but I'm not really I'm much more of a savoury versus sweet person. Like I'll always choose crisps or nuts over like a chocolate bar or a pastry. I guess pastries are kind of sweet, but just more like bread, dips, like aioli on holiday, bread and aioli. Oh my God, so good. Like crackers and hummus. That's always what I would choose. But in the morning, I do seem to like sweet. So yeah, as you can see, I've now got a nice fill pot ready to go. And as I say, I'm just going to pop that in the, have I forgotten anything? Then maybe I'll do a little bit of peanut butter. I do find peanut butter is actually quite a good addition because where it's quite sweet, it kind of just like adds a little bit of saltiness. Put that in. I'm going to link this mask down below, by the way. I've had a couple of questions on it. It's really good. P.S. How pretty are these flowers? I bought them the other day from the supermarket. I think they're so pretty. In my lovely Perello Olives tin. If you know, you know. So here we are. And now I'm just going to sit on the sofa, do my journaling. The mask is on for 10 minutes, which is a perfect way to multitask. I've got my journal. Let's go. I do sometimes get asked what I journal about or like how to journal. A lot of people I think get stuck with what to actually write and so then don't do it. What I would say is there is no right or wrong way to journal. I know that there's a version of journaling which is kind of like morning pages. And I believe that's where you just write like freehand. I think it's 8 pages. I don't know whether that number has to be 8, but I'm pretty sure there is like a set number that you're meant to write. I don't do that. I usually follow a format of writing down 3 things I'm grateful for. That could be anything from like blue skies and sunshine to having a good night's sleep to a person that I'm like, you know, grateful for in that moment. It could be an opportunity, a conversation, an introduction. Like it could honestly be like having clean white sheets to sleep in. Like it doesn't need to be anything big. It could just be anything that you are feeling grateful for. And the reason why I like doing that is because it immediately attunes your mindset to things that you're like happy for or grateful for, and it's such a positive way to start the day. Like it's so easy to, I don't know, think about the things that haven't gone well or the person that you're waiting to hear back from or the friend that like upset you or whatever it might be. So focusing immediately on gratitude just like sets the tone for the day ahead. So I do that, then I do three wins. So once again, that could be a tiny win like getting the train just in time, or being offered a free coffee, or someone offering you a seat on the bus, like anything like that. Like a little win that sort of, once again, just shows that like things are moving in your direction and that things are aligned and that universe has your back, like all that kind of thing. And then I will usually just do like free writing from there. So it might be like something that I've got coming up that day, so like a meeting or a discovery call or an opportunity with a brand or a business, and kind of like connect in with that thing and just like write positive statements and affirmations and kind of like words of encouragement to myself of like how I want the conversation to go and why I feel I'm in a good place for it, and that will usually come with affirmations as well. I just had to cross the road. So yeah, that usually comes with affirmations. So that's like affirmations around me, my ability, like the luck, alignment, just like positive words of reassurance, but like mantras that like make me feel good and excited and like pumped up. So the reason why I don't like to give specific examples is because it's really important, I find, to use words that resonate with you. So by all means have a look online at like positive affirmations or affirmations around like financial abundance or affirmations around like love, you know, but then try and use words that you would use, because if you can connect with the word, and you believe the words because they're words that you use, you're much more likely to believe them. And then you start creating your own affirmations which feel really personal to you, and that's when there's just more power to them. So that's kind of what I do, and then it ends up like free flowing a little bit. If there's something that's on my mind that's like niggling me, or that hasn't gone to plan, or that's just sort of like lingering, then I'll usually write that down as well, because it's a really good way to get a new perspective on a situation that might otherwise be like negative. Like the other day, so I said we're moving house on Friday. Our buyers from our place now emailed and like were asking for a ridiculous reduction like 9 days before we were due to be moving, and my immediate thought was like, oh my gosh, that's so annoying. We're gonna have to like reduce the amount and lose out on like a significant amount of money. So rude, like how can they do that, da da da. So I wrote it down and I was like, this is what's happened. We went back with a reply that was really fair, very calm, got them to explain like their thinking. And I was like, it's out of my hands. Like there is nothing I can do right now. And even just writing that out helped me to just realise that there's no point in getting stressed about it. Like it is what it is. Like there's nothing we can do. Anyway, the good thing is it turned out that they then rescinded their offer, as in they took back what they said. They realised that it was unacceptable. They didn't really have grounds to stand on, and we're back to the original offer. So anyway, that all worked out rather well, but I could have easily like got really stressed, sent a really angry email, let it take over my day, but I was like, no, it's fine. So it was a really good tool to be able to do that as well. But yeah, if you have any questions on journaling, let me know. I'm such a big believer in it. I think it's a really calming, grounding, wholesome, positive way to start the day. And it's so easy. Like that probably takes me, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes. But it can be as quick as 5 minutes if you want it to be. Like you could write one win, one gratitude, one positive affirmation, and that would still constitute as journaling. Like it doesn't need to be a certain amount of time. As I say, you can do it in bed. Like I love doing it in bed. So Rory was away the last 3 days on a stag do, and I do love like getting up, going out, going downstairs, making my like hot water and lemon or hot water and ginger, and then coming back into bed with my journal and just like sitting in bed. But I wake up earlier than him, so I can't really do that, but not complaining. Sofa's still a good spot to do it in. And yeah, now I'm out on my walk. It is such a gorgeous day, blue skies, gorgeous temperature, so the vibes are high. Honestly, the sound of these birds makes me so happy. This is when I love not having headphones. Just being able to like listen to the bird song. I've realised another reason why I love my morning walk, which I do 99% of the days, unless it's raining, and even then I probably still go out like with an umbrella and just get some fresh air, because I think it's so important and it's just so nice and it's just fresh air. But anyway, one of the reasons is because it's like a way to romanticize your life, like first thing in the morning, especially when it's so empty and so quiet. No one else is really around, you listen to the bird song, and you can just like notice, as I'm kind of doing, like the plants, the flowers, the leaves, the different trees, and it's like, I don't know, it's just a way of like romanticizing the very simple things that I feel like in day to day you're just so quick to like rush from one thing to the next, like on a phone and looking at your screen, replying to a message, speaking to a friend, listening to a podcast, and actually first thing in the morning it's like no one else is awake yet, there's no messages to reply to, you can just walk, like just there's like fresh air, and yeah, I would really recommend it. I'm also trying to soak in my last few days of having my morning walks in this area, and I'm super excited for where we're moving. We're going to be near Richmond Park, which is obviously just amazing, near the river, which is amazing because I'm such a water gal. from my walk and just logging in to the Zoom link for this. It says Vinyasa flow into meditation. So let's see. Yeah, I'm going to see how long it is. I might just do the Vinyasa bit rather than meditation, but we will see. I'm looking forward to it.
Big exhale as you soften into the ground. And starting to release how you might be feeling this morning. Maybe you start to
I'm sat at my desk. It is 10 past 9. I did the yoga for about half an hour, and then I will admit I got a bit bored, so I stopped, but that's fine. It was super nice and could just do a little bit of stretch. Obviously I was in my living room, so it made it all the easier. But I just thought I'd give you a little kind of check-in on what I do first thing on a Monday. So where I'm working with one-to-one clients, I always check in with them first thing. So mainly from like an accountability perspective, but also helping them to kind of align with, okay, what are your focuses for this week? What are your main intentions? What are the things you want to tick off? So that I can then help hold them accountable. But we can also make sure that at the start of every week, we're aligning in with the bigger goals. Like, what are you working towards? What's the focus? It's the beginning of June now, so there might be kind of specifically June goals. So that's what I do first thing on a Monday. I've also sent a message to the Expander Club with a little June. We're in June. What do you want your month of June to be filled with? Once again, it's just a nice way to open up the conversation, set the intention, be really mindful about where they're spending your time. And I always think, not that we need a new month or a new week to create changes, but it's a nice opportunity to be like, okay, it's June, it's beginning of summer, like what do I want to manifest into my life in June? So that's what I do there. And then I'm looking at my calendar. I don't ever usually, as if I can, don't have calls on a Monday morning. I have got two calls this afternoon, one with a client, one with a lady who works in investment banking and kind of like private wealth, because I'm wanting to build my client roster in, like, expand out of just working with founders and working also with women in kind of high pressure, fast paced roles who are juggling a lot, ultimately to help them like perform better but feeling better as well. So she is someone that I was connected with through a friend, and she's well connected. She works with obviously a lot of like private kind of wealth clients, but she's in a couple of like women's networks and members clubs. So I'm going to pick her brains, and hopefully she can point me in the direction of a couple of people who might be interested in working with me. And then I've got to plan the rest of the week, which I haven't really got around to yet, but I always have like a block in my diary, so 9:30 to 10:30, checking in with my goals, setting the focuses for the week, but as we're at the beginning of the month as well, then I'm going to do that for the rest of June, like what are the opportunities I want to call in, look at my finances, see where there's opportunity to kind of close a couple more sales or create a couple more opportunities. So that's kind of what I do on a Monday and also at the beginning of a month. I thought I'd also quickly show you a couple of bits I got on the weekend, because I went into Selfridges and got a few extra, new makeup bits. Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I have been hearing about this so much for months, and I took the plunge. I got a shade medium, 4 medium. I don't know if you can see that, but it's, the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I had a super friendly guy, said to him, I find it really overwhelming, but I really want to get this. He's like, right, sit down, got a couple of shades, did my makeup, and it's just like a nice glowy, very lightweight. I don't think it's a foundation. I think it's almost like a BB cream. So got that. I also got the Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint. So this is like this one, by the way, is done up like this. So you just pop it on your skin. He's like, you can use your fingers, you can use a brush, and it's just, it's really light. It's nice and glowy. I've got it on at the moment. I'm not really the best lighting, but I'm really happy with that. So then I got this bronzer stick. I got this in the 12.5 tan medium. And this is like one of those kind of like things that you put on your face. So you just put it straight on, forehead, nose, cheeks, and it's just like a lovely glowy bronzy colour, which once again, I really want the glowy dewy look. So I was happy with that. Then I got a new eye serum from The Ordinary, which is just there.
multi-peptide eye serum. I don't really have one brand for eye serums that I like swear by. I know The Ordinary is good. It's like very clean ingredients. It's pretty affordable. I think this was £20. And I'm always up for trying different ones. So I thought, do you know what, go with a brand that I know rather than one that's like very perfumed and has lots of other chemicals in, which so many of the like big brands do. Like Clinique, I know is not, anyway, I'm not an expert in that, but I just know that there's a lot of brands that, because they have big marketing budgets, make them seem like they're very good for you, and a lot of times they have hidden chemicals. So anyway, and then I got this, which, oh my goodness, it smells so good. I will try and find it and link it for you below. It's the Aveeno body oil spray. And I can't describe how good this smells. It's oat oil and jojoba oil, and you just spray it on, and it's like a body oil but moisturizer. Put it on the evenings. 98% naturally derived ingredients, which is great. So yeah, that was, and I was looking for something exactly like this. I knew that L'Occitane, I think it's called L'Occitane, do a really good almond oil, but I just happened to see this one first, and I was like, that's it. And I think this was with I got it in Boots, and with my Boots card, it was like £7.50, down from £10.50. So granted, these two were a bit more expensive. I think together those two came to £75, but I just think with the amount that you wear these kind of stuff, like that's kind of just normal. Like I wouldn't expect to pay much less. I realised I forgot to show you what I had for lunch, but I had a very simple, quick lunch of soup with toast and avocado, which is probably why I didn't show you, because it really wasn't that interesting. And I haven't really moved much from where I've been sitting all day. I've got a call in 20 minutes and then a call in an hour, and been to the post office, dropped off 2 Vinted parcels, had someone who's messaged me to say they're going to come and collect our bed in our second bedroom and mattress, which is great news. Not a huge amount of money, but it's going to a good new home, and we don't want to take it with us to our next place. So that is a win-win as well. I feel like it's often those little wins of like selling something on Vinted or selling something on Facebook Marketplace. It's just like very satisfying. And I just think it's nice because it's like good for the environment. It's recycling, it's repurposing, and that's always a good vibe. I was just about to sit down and eat my dinner, and then I thought I will show you what I'm having, because it's a very quick, easy, I feel like you're getting the theme of meals that I like, but we roasted a chicken yesterday evening, which is always a great thing to do on a Sunday. We don't do it loads actually, but I was inspired when I went to the supermarket because I had vegetables, bulgur wheat, and I just wanted to do like chicken, roast veg, that kind of thing. So I thought, do you know what, get a roast chicken. And it was enough for two of us yesterday, 2 meals this evening, and there's more left that I'll probably have for lunch tomorrow. And then let me just bring it over here in the light so I can show you what I've got. But this was all cooked yesterday, so super easy. But I have roast chicken with spring greens, kimchi, roast red onion, roast courgette, and bulgur wheat underneath, which is just so delicious, so healthy, super tasty, really quick. I mean, I literally like had it in Tupperwares in the fridge and put it onto a plate, and we're good to go. So my husband is out playing football. I've just washed my hair, hence why it's looking a little bit crazy. He's out playing football. He'll be back in like an hour or so. Yeah, a bit longer. It's 10 to 7 now, and I'm feeling rather hungry. So I thought, given that he's not going to be here anyway, I might as well eat because I'm hungry, which looks so good. And probably catch up on a little bit of YouTube. Just in the middle of doing my hair, drying my hair, and I thought I would show you what I do. As you can see, I mean, I just love like a bouncy blow dry look. I will say 50% of the time I can't bother to do it, but even now you can see, so like this is my natural hair. It's quite like frizzy, kind of wavy almost, like when I just leave it naturally to dry, as you can sort of see there. And then this side I've already started doing, and you just get that lovely flick in the bottom. So let me show you what I use. It is the Revlon, I think it's called the Revlon Hot Brush, and it's really, really good. I'll just give you a quick demo so that you can see
like compare that nice kind of little flick at the end versus this kind of slightly crazy look. So as you can see, I mean, I'm going to do it more thoroughly, but just for the sake of showing you in this little clip, that's like literally took me 3 minutes, and it's already got that like blow dry bouncy look, and this will last me tomorrow as well when I wake up. So yeah, I'll link it below, but if you're looking for a good hot brush that you use on like damp hair to just give you that little flick and bit of volume, I would really recommend. So yeah, there you go. Lovely, silky, blow dry kind of look. Good morning, it is the next day. It is Tuesday and it's 10 to 8, 7:49. And I've been out for a little run this morning, just like a light jog. I saw on the weather forecast that it looks like it's gonna be a bit rainy for the rest of the day. So I was like, I'll get out, get some fresh air, listen to a podcast, and I'm back showered and I have just made myself a cup of tea. And I'm going to sit and read my book with my cup of tea for like 20 minutes. I rarely do this in the morning, but I just got a bit of time. I'm not in a rush. I've got my first call at 10 and then a call at 12. And then I'm actually heading over to our new house for 3 to check through everything, because the tenants who are living in there moved out on Sunday, or yesterday even. And then the full clean is being done today. So I need to go over, check that it's been left in a good condition, the clean's been done, there's been no like broken doors or whatever on the way out. So really manifesting positive vibes that it's going to be in a really good state. It's going to look even better than when we last saw it. And then we can basically give the go ahead to our solicitor to start the process of the exchange and completion, because we're hoping to move in on Friday. So it's quite a quick turnaround. But that is what the plan is for today. So I may take you along actually and give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what it looks like. Obviously it's going to be completely empty. None of our furniture is in there. We have a lot more furniture we need to buy, because some stuff we've kind of grown out of, like even our sofa. It's fine, but it's not like we kind of want a new one, but we'll take most of the stuff. And then we can just buy new bits as we go along, rather than buying everything new before we've even moved in. Everyone's always like, move in, see what the space is like, what colours, the vibe that you want to go for, and just kind of do it room by room. And, you know, you can look on like Facebook Marketplace and things like that. So that is the plan, but I will show you any little sneak peeks. But I'm really hoping that everything goes to plan and we can move in on Friday and there's no last minute hiccups. But anyway, we're not even going to entertain that idea, because I am confident that it all will. So yeah, that is the plan for this morning, or for today rather. And yeah, I will take you along with me. But for now, I'm going to sit and have my tea. I've just made my overnight oats, a different version, so I'll show you that when I put them into a bowl and eat them. And I'll check in with you soon. First call of the day. This is actually a new client that I'm working with. She has kind of hired me, I guess, or signed up to work with me for a month. So we're doing like a power month together, focusing on just a couple of key areas in her business, mainly around increasing visibility to bring in more clients and creating a kind of marketing strategy to help her win corporate clients. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Our first call is today. We'll work together for a month. We have 2 calls and then kind of ongoing support in between the calls through an app called Voxer that I use, which is kind of like a WhatsApp type messaging app. And yeah, it's much more like strategic. Naturally, we talk about mindset stuff as well, looking at the blocks, but she's basically sent me through loads of information. I've digested it and helped to start kind of create that strategy. But it's our first call now, so I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot to get through, and yeah, it's very actionable and practical, which I always feel is very satisfying, because you can
get really clear actions of like, what are the quick wins, what are the priorities, what are the things that you can start implementing straight away. But I can just see that she's joined the room, so I better go, but I will update you after. Good morning.
Hiya.
How are you?
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Good. Did you have now? I'm just getting ready for my Expander Club call. So the first Tuesday of every month, we have our group strategy call. And today I have planned a session around kind of short to mid-term money goals and revenue generating activities. So I've created like a 2-page, let me just show you, 2-page document with like what we're going to be working through in the session, goals, targets, incentives behind it, and then got a list of revenue generating actions and then a bit of like an accountability plan. So that is what we're going to be working through in the session. They are always a mixture of like self-reflection, working through so that you can get really clear on like your individual goals, and then we're going to go out into a breakout room so you can people can chat with other people in the club, get their support, get their questions, get their advice, and then we'll come back into like a group discussion to our new home, which is super exciting. It's going to take me about an hour to get there, and I am someone who can never be late. Like, I just can't be late. I have to be, I'm always early. I'm always early. So I will probably be early, but I have an umbrella because it looks like it might rain. I have my book, and yeah, I'm heading over. I'm really excited. The clean has been done. The tenants have moved out. So now we've just got to hope that the state that the house has been left in is sparkling clean. See if I can do a little OOTD. My damson matted jeans. I'm pretty sure this is an old Cezanne jacket. White long sleeve top from Zara. And this is a little cap from somewhere in the US that my friend got me for a little present, and I love it. It's got a little lobster on. Not very aesthetic backgrounds because it's grey, but we try. Back now, just caught up with some emails. We are going to do a very simple supper. I bought some cherry tomatoes, broccoli, and we had red onion in the fridge already, and spinach. And I'm going to roast the red onions, broccoli, and tomatoes, and then do like a pesto sauce we've got, because we're very much in our using up things in the cupboard and fridge phase, trying not to buy loads of stuff. So I was like, we've got pasta, we've got a red onion, we've got pesto. I'll just buy some nice veg and roast it, and we'll pop it in. So I'm going to do that now. I'll probably sign off here. I might check in tomorrow, or I might wrap up the vlog and start another one. So either way, I will either see you in the next vlog, or I will catch you tomorrow. But I hope you enjoyed this so far. This very real, very normal few days in my life, and getting a bit more behind the scenes of like work stuff, my routines, healthy, simple meals, the standard. So would love to know your thoughts, and please do ask any questions in the comments. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and yeah, share with friends. The more people we can bring into this community, the better. And I love connecting with you all, and always love hearing from you when you do reach out. So I will look forward to hearing from you, and otherwise I hope you have a really good rest of your day.